Macarthur has streets, and hamlets have streets, and hamlets have streets, and the towns have streets, and cities and metropolises and megacities. They have streets, and they're called a variety of names. They're all streets. Residents and circuits, and even roundabouts, and avenues and parades, and highways and freeways, but they're all streets. Macarthur is a suburb in Canberra, and it has streets. And streets are roads, and it has pathways next to the roads a lot of the time for humans, and you get skateboarders on them as well, and even cyclists, which is normally supposed to sort of go on the road, which they can. And but they have roads, they have streets, and which are roads, and they have pathways, which are roads to human roads. Macarthur has streets, and you navigate through the streets to go to different places in Macarthur if you want to travel around Macarthur. So you navigate via the roads. And Macarthur is a suburb in Tuggeranong, which has other suburbs, which is all connected by roads. Now, the Independent Watchtower Macarthur is a Jehovah's Witness thing for independent Jehovah's Witnesses who are sort of Noahide leaning, and they're connected to Macarthur because it's sort of like Macarthur is the idea that it's from 29 Merriman Crescent, this address, Daniel Daly, me. It's the Independent Watchtower Macarthur coming from me, and potentially other Johos who take an interest in time, and people who take an interest in time. We're sort of ultimately, ideally located somewhere in Macarthur, and an expanding world and a Macarthur expanding dominion, if such thing becomes reality. Or levels of heaven, as I've been told. But the Independent Watchtower Macarthur is located in Macarthur, and you navigate your way there by going through roads and streets. And you navigate your way from the Independent Watchtower Assembly Hall back to your domicile, or the shops, or wherever you're going to after assembly, via roads and streets. So your home and the Macarthur Watchtower Assembly Hall are connected by streets. And in life, different buildings which have different purposes are connected usually by roads and streets. So roads and streets are traffic, where traffic goes along, which connects us. Sort of like in the body, the veins and the arteries are the roads which the blood goes along, which is the life. So, it's a network. So the roads of the nation, an island, a large island, they have roads which are in a network, which are the roads and streets network, which is collated and organised in a map. You see on the map, street directories, the street directory of Macarthur. So you look at the street directory, and if you need to find where the Macarthur Independent Watchtower is, you look on the street directory. There it is, and you found it. And you follow the roads, turn here, and that's how you get there. So there's an instruction manual called the Street Directory, which helps you to locate where you need to go for your religious information. And life has an instruction manual called the Bible, which gives you the roads and maps on how to get there for your spiritual nourishment. So you read the manual and you examine and you look and you work it out by following the instructions and the directions. And if you want to know it properly and comprehensively, you look into it properly and comprehensively. And you follow the directions so you don't tread on buildings where you're not supposed to normally go. So you don't go on things where you're not supposed to normally go in life. And sometimes buildings are inhabited by sinners. And the Bible says avoid sinners, sort of, be wary about sinners. Life is not good for a sinner man in the end. It ends up in the pit. So when you read the Bible and you follow the roadmaps of behavior, which are normally the behaviors you're supposed to do, you avoid sinners' houses and things like that. Because the wrath of God is on a sinner's house. So when you look at your street map and you navigate through Macarthur, you navigate through life, beware the foul addresses.